Now, the Bible said before we were formed in our mother's womb, it said God knew us. He ordained us for a specific purpose. Now, what the Bible is talking about is a reality that took place before earth was created. And so before the foundation of the earth was created, God sat down and he knew everyone that will walk on the face of the earth in the dispensations that will walk. And so the way God sends his own errand is through men. And so when he was injecting you into your mother's womb, allocating you into your generation, there is an errand he injected in your spirit. Imagine before time began, God sat down and God knew your own lineage. Imagine how many people has come out of your own lineage. Your lineage alone, you may be the 100th generation. And in every generation, the number increased. And God sat down and injected programs into every one of us. And at the right dispensation, he transports us through the gate of the womb into time. And the devil knows that he doesn't have power to go into the studio of eternity where destinies are created. Because the devil himself is a created being. He is limited. No matter how smart he is, he cannot pass into eternity and enter the studio. There is a place called let us make man in our own image. Genesis 1:26 is a spiritual location. It's a studio where only the Godhead is permitted to enter. Even angels don't go there. Because the wisdom required to put your DNA together, only God has access to it. Angels don't go there. No being goes there. Only God has the power to travel back into time and enter into a studio that is eternal to couple you together. Your brain alone has more than 1 billion neurons. Your brain. And every cell in your body is bigger than the galaxies. One cell. And you have more than 1 billion cells in your body. Now, what God put together, the machine he built called man, when God himself finished, he looked at it and he said, you are fearfully and wonderfully. You are fearfully and wonderfully made, because it is only man that has the capacity to host God. Before man came, God was looking for a dwelling place. He said, where is the place of my dwelling? Even heaven cannot accommodate him. He said the earth is his footstool. But when he created man, he said, let him be my image and my likeness. And when Christ came to model the first man, he said he pleased the Father that in him should all fullness dwell. So the fullness of the Godhead dwells in Jesus bodily. And when you were created, the Bible said, this is the mystery of the age. Christ in you, the hope of glory. So the fullness of the Godhead is in Christ, and then Christ is in you. Who are you? The God that the heaven can accommodate, the earth can accommodate, he is in Christ, and then Christ is in you. Who are you? Because the devil knows he doesn't have enough power to go to where DNAs are coupled. What he does is that he waits in time. And so when the man comes into time, what he does is that he gives him a sedating agent. And so when the man takes it, the man falls asleep. And so now he comes to edit the program of God. So he said, why men slept, the enemy sowed tares in the midst of the wheat. When you came into the world, you were ordained a prophet. But while you were sleeping, the devil changed your destiny and turned you to a soothsayer. You were created to come into the world as a leader who will function in the order of a king. But before you came, the devil went through your grandfather and programmed something because he was asleep. And you came, you too were asleep, and you gave him permission, and he turned a king into a slave. He said, I have seen abomination on the face of the earth. He said, kings, princes are trekking, while beggars are riding on horses. So there's an abomination the devil brings into the human ecosystem, that he entered into the program God created, and he edited the program and perverted it. But the reason he had so much liberty to do it is because men slept. Men slept. So a warrior can become a victim. A king can become a servant. A prophet can become a fornicator. And a ruler can become a slave, because men slept. When the Bible said, awake, awake, he was trying to restore divine program. He was trying to reprogram what the devil altered. And so the cry for an awakening is a cry for the program of God to find expression. The first reason why the devil wants men asleep is so that he can inject his own program. He doesn't have what it takes to go where destinies are formulated. And so he will wait for destinies to manifest so that he can alter them. But he will not be able to alter them until men sleep. Number two, why is your slumber so important to the devil? Number two,